We just met, and we've hardly even spoken. I don't have one enemy among these men. I have no enemies at all.
A lot of media, such as Vinland Saga, the anime that you saw in that clip, are based around the idea of foregoing past conflicts and moving on, not caring about anybody else no matter what they think of you. These shows state that true strength is that of self-restraint and intrinsic worth instead of displays of power or competence, and that the best life is lived without enemies. This idea is almost utopian, too good to be true. I mean, everybody feels as though there are some individuals out there who are out to get them. There's just some people who are impossible to negotiate with, some people who wish harm upon you. The dudes who go 0-23 because you didn't want to swap lanes with them. The dudes who make your blood boil every time they open their mouths to speak. Surely these people are the enemies. Many, including myself, believe that everybody has enemies sometimes, but this really doesn't have to be the case. You see, your enemies are only as strong as you let them be. When you let yourself react or get angry at what they do and say, when you let your mental be affected by these people, and when you say to yourself that these people are out to get you, only then are they true enemies. This goes back to the idea of self-restraint. If you're able to keep a cool head when you're being bombarded with negativity, you'll find that nothing can hurt you. If you continue to focus on the goal ahead and continue doing your best to reach this goal with a smile on your face, you'll find that nobody can hold you back, no matter what they say and do. By maintaining your positive attitude, holding on to your rationality, and making calm and calculated decisions while others are hurling hate at you, you can take the form of water while your adversaries try to burn you, and eventually, when that fire burns out, you'll no longer have any adversaries. I'll give you an example. The other day when I was working at my part-time job, a very angry customer walked through the doors. Now I love being on the customer's side, but in this case it just wasn't possible. His demand was just impossible to meet. I tried to reason with him for a bit, but the man got increasingly furious, and finally he threatened to come back the next day to attack me, to which I responded with a "see you tomorrow then," and a smile. I saw the effect immediately. His anger literally died down in front of my eyes, and he left laughing. I wished him a good rest of his day on his way out. So instead of letting my fight or flight response take over, I stayed as calm as I could and somehow managed to defuse the situation. This works because 95% of humans have a soul, which means they know somewhere deep inside that it's ridiculous to wish harm upon someone who doesn't wish harm upon you or anyone you care about. People with souls will get completely baffled when you return their anger with eagerness, because suddenly it dawns on them that perhaps they are the bad guys, and nobody wants to be the bad guy to themselves. I suppose the message is, if you don't feel any ill will towards anybody, then how could you possibly have any enemies? I hope it's possible for you all to succeed in doing this, because it's always better to be able to declare that you have no enemies.